And all right, let's jump into this. Dude, you kind of spoke of it a little bit before we took this little break. Let's talk about creative ways to get funding and other types of funding.
Mm-hmm. So it just depends on the situation. There are so many different types of programs out there, for example, for your entrepreneurs who are not paid the traditional route. And, let's just keep it real. A lot of times we don't want to give Uncle Sam all of our money. So we're trying to find a creative way that we can purchase real estate. There are bank statement loans. There are stated income loans. As long as you have 20 to 30% that you can inject for your down payment, then you can go that route and you don't have to worry about divulging your tax returns.
Correct.
Okay.
And also with the 203K, they have a conventional loan also that lets you do a renovation. Traditionally, that's where most people go, those two routes. I just say, there are some programs out there called the Shinoa, some down payment assistant programs for the first time home buyers. Just so you know, if you don't have, money saved, then you want to, look into some of those programs. Even we did have Dream America that was really big back in the day, and I think they still have it, but it's a long process. There's NACA, there's another program out there that is a longer process as well. But if you want instant gratification, you may want to speak to a lender that offer the down payment assistance programs. They usually want you to be at a 640 and above. Don't hold me exactly to that number. However, that is a good way to not have to come up with that funding, and we're moving into a different type of market, so you may even get some assistance with closing. But having those hard conversations, and let me say this for the record. A lot of times people don't know this, but there are no no's. Maybe not right now.
Yes.
Have a game plan.
You gotta
Most
that.
people buy homes 6 months prior to actually going to purchase the property. So it's okay starting at ground zero. I had someone come to me with a 490 credit score. He was adamant about getting in a home. I partnered with the lender that was willing to work with him, tell him all the things that he needs to change. Don't go off buying credit repair unless you speak to a lender and they advise you on what you need to clean up, because sometimes you clean up good stuff. Well, this person was adamant about it. He stayed at it. We got this man closed. He'd been in his property for 2 years. He just called me about 3 months ago and said, hey, listen, I want to give you your flowers because I'm getting my basement renovated.
Wow.
And they had the kitchen renovated. They bought a $450,000 house 2 years ago. That was a lot of money. So
Today,
not today. But at the end of the day, he was able to obtain it. But I didn't shun him because his credit wasn't good. So like
we
Nicole said
all go
before,
through that.
right, put your toe in the water.
Yeah.
You never know.
And something else I wanted to mention, like there are grants that are available. A lot of people are not aware there are grants. And now you do have to purchase in a particular area. However, you might receive a $7,500 or $8,000 grant. And so when you can qualify for 100% financing and you can get a grant, your out-of-pocket expenses might be zero.
Oh, wow.
You may actually get money back at the closing table. So let's just say the credit isn't perfect, right? But you really want to get in a home. There are other programs out there. You can do a lease purchase program. There's a company that we work with named Divvy. Divvy buys the property cash. They allow the person to rent the home, a lease purchase, for 36 months. During that time frame, Dedra and I are working with you to put you in a position so that you can buy. We've connected you with a credit repair resource, and Divvy is taking a percentage of what you're paying on a monthly basis and actually placing it into a separate account for you and using that to help you with your down payment if you need one. Now, once we get your credit situated, there are 100% financing options. So if you're getting 100% financing, exactly, and you have down payment assistance, or you have this grant, like I said, you may end up not having to pay anything.
Right. So let me ask y'all this: how have the Fed rates impacted the real estate market? Because I know it's a big thing right now. We got to talk about it.
I tell you, I'm gonna let you fan for a minute, friend. I started the conversation off.
Them Fed rates made you pull the fan out.
I was telling Dedra and I were having this conversation, and I was saying I had 3 clients yesterday that stated they wanted to hold off on purchasing because the rates have increased. So it's real. It's scary. Individuals are really concerned about where the rates are going. And unfortunately, they're not educated enough to understand that even back in 1982, I think rates were 17%.
Right.
Back to 2002, they were over 7%. So this is not anything new.
It's
The rates
norm.
went down to 2 and
wow.
1%
That's
simply
crazy.
to stimulate the economy because of COVID. We could not stay there. We can't stay there.
Right.
The economy,
It's gonna bust.
you can't
keep
do
there.
it. The economy can't withstand at 1 to 2%. So what's more indicative of where we should be is a 6.5 to even a 7% rate, believe it or not. The 3%, they're not realistic. They can't stay there.
Right.
So I think that once individuals start to educate themselves a little bit more and understand that the increase in the rates is what's necessary in order for us to withstand in the market, I think they'll be okay. But for right now, we are seeing a little bit of a downturn. People are afraid. That's where we come in at, to
That's
educate
right.
them
To
and make
ease
sure
that-
exactly
ease that
they
tension.
understand
Well,
it's okay. It's
Look at
okay.
it like this: if you go pay 12% on a vehicle,
Okay.
but you won't pay 6%
For a house?
that makes you money, you got some real problems.
Because think about it this way. Now, the
They might
interest
want
that
that
you
scat
paying,
pad, though. I don't know.
well, but think about it,
They might want
right?
a scat pad. I don't
And
know.
I'm sure, Terry, you can attest to this being an investor. The interest that you pay, you're able to turn around and you write it off on your taxes.
Definitely.
You file your homestead exemption.
Yep.
It is a true benefit to become a homeowner or even to have investment real estate. And unfortunately, people who don't have the right realtor, they don't understand that.
Okay.
That part.
Okay. Talk y'all shit. I like
Yeah.
that.
I believe that, it's definitely, if it's 6% now, would you rather get in now 6, 7, or you want to be 10, 12? So whatever happens in the economy, you can always refinance
Right.
if anything changes.
Mhm.
But one thing's for sure, if you don't, you're definitely buying a house. You're doing it for your landlord.
That's exactly right. And a lot of people
That's
is like,
true.
oh, I'm scared. I just want to wait. Okay, so you're going to continue to rent. You're going to continue to pay
Continue to throw it
$900 or
in.
$1,000. Rental rates are going up.
$2,000 right now.
Yeah,
For a
exactly.
studio in Atlanta.
For
Yes.
a studio. So you can
Yes.
get, you mean you'd rather live in a studio than
Yes.
have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or even a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. The difference is it's yours.
It's yours.
Nobody
You
can
own
take it from you. Nobody can
Right.
tell you
You
anything
got
about.
positive equity.
There you go. What
Right.
you
Don't
doing
put
to that
money in your
property?
pocket.
Right.
It's yours. And then when you
Right.
have children, it creates generational wealth for
Generational
them.
All
Like
of
there's
that.
so many different positives that come from being a real estate investor or a real estate owner versus renting.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, I
so
think
so
that's
why
smart.
is inventory so low right now though? Like, what's the problem with that?
Yes.
The inventory is low.
I just want to know too, y'all. Just want to know.
Well, the reason the onset of inventory being really low was, the pandemic. Obviously, people were afraid. They didn't want you to come in their house. And then from them being afraid, we went into a lumber situation when all those forests being burned and jobs, people laying off and not going, getting these stimulus checks or whatever they're doing to just hang out, or PP loans, whatever that is. It created a deficit in houses being built, so new construction. So old people that wanted new construction couldn't get into those properties because we were kind of, slowed down a lot. And then you have other people just afraid to do anything. The economy changing so drastically that started the deficit with homes being available.
And also the homeowners are hesitant about selling their property because prior to the changes we're seeing right now, there was a situation where, of course, there were multiple offers. There was your highest and your best, and they were really concerned about selling their property and not having anywhere to go. That's why now is the best time to buy, because it's not as competitive as it was even 2 months ago, simply because people are hesitant. So for those that are hesitant and that have decided they don't want to buy right now, the other people who are not afraid, it's a prime time.
It's a go.
Right.
It's the prime time because, like Dedra said, rates are a little bit more aggressive than where you want them to be. You go ahead and buy, and when they go back down, you refinance. And then at that time, because the rates have gone down, but the values are still going up, you can now eliminate that private mortgage insurance, which is going to make your payment even lower.
Nice.
Wow,
Good
that's
job,
amazing.
Nicole. That's why you rock.
You know what?
Well, I want to thank you, beautiful ladies, for joining me today. I just want y'all to go ahead and give everybody your social media handles or whatever y'all want to drop, business info, whatever y'all want to drop. Let the viewers know.
Well, again, thank you, Terry, for having us. I'm so excited to be here. I am Nicole Thornton, sales manager and realtor for the Cole Realty Group Atlanta. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Your Real Estate Style Pro.
Nice. My name's Dedra Carter, and my IG is Dedra the Premier Agent. and I went viral, just so y'all know.
What was your viral moment? What was a viral moment?
You know, viral was like 2-point-something mil.
Okay, talk your stuff. Get in your bag, dude.
But I'm also a sales trainer for real estate, and not necessarily the course and the technical of the course itself, but more or less how to connect with people and how to, you know, talk to people and allow them in your space, and that you envision them getting to the closing table. There was a big gap there, and we kind of bridged that with Closing the Gap and the other things that we offer at TCRG. So we have taken off. I mean, people, it's groundbreaking. So you guys, if you're thinking about it, let us know. You can hit Nicole up or me. I'm 678-558-6595. I know when the hotline rings.